Hey guys, Crazy Redneck here again. Got done with my project a few days ago. Back up and get it in post view and actually flip my camera like that for once. But if you can't tell what it is, then probably shouldn't be watching my channel because you should know what that is. But it's a shooting gong, and you can see I shot it. Me and my buddy shot it a few times. He had a 16 gauge. That's about all he's got. Is a 16 gauge, so he shot it about 35 yards. And he's not really a hunter, and he really don't know how to shoot. So I was surprised he was actually shooting the gong at 35 yards. But I mean, it's not that hard. But for him, it's like, how do I aim? It's like you look down the barrel and you see that little fucking bead on the end. That's where that's what you're gonna put on the middle of that gong right there. And these spots where I shot it with my 40. I suppose I can do a video on that later, but I'm out of ammo right now. So when I get some ammo, which probably won't be until I get back in about 3 weeks, because this week I got off, and then the 2 weeks after this week I gotta go to Minnesota for 2 weeks for training for the guards. So I'll be in Minnesota doing army stuff for about 2 weeks. And yeah, I was gonna do 4 pieces and then frame on top, 4 legs and then a frame, but I only had the 5 pieces, so I made it work. Basically, if you guys have seen my trailer video on my channel, the pieces in the back that hold the boards on, this is what this gong or the stand is made out of. Just took 4 pieces and cut them with the metal saw, and I welded them up here, down along here for this one. Same here. And the welder was kind of pissing me off that day, because it wasn't striking at all, so I was just fucking beating the shit out of it up here. And then hold on, I put my cigarette out so I don't start the fire on fire. But I got these 2 chains and I bolted them on, and then I bolted down here these 2. Where the fuck? This and this, the ones that are got the nuts facing towards me, and these are just going the opposite way. These my dad put in, I'm assuming, so you don't shoot through the bolt hole. That way you can tell at least where you shot if there's a bolt missing. And these are just the bolts we got off our baler that hold the baler teeth on. These are used ones, and we get new ones all the time, so we got a good supply of these. So yeah, it's pretty peppered right now, and shooting it with the 40 at about 25 yards and shooting it with 16 gauge about 35 yards. It's been holding up, so I ain't complaining. And then I welded here and I welded here on each chain, that way it doesn't go sliding around. Have to move it back. And then I welded up top here, the chain up top, because the disc was it was laying forward instead of straight up, so you couldn't really shoot it. And then I got the chain just bolted down here. All the other bolts are just ran through the chain. And yeah, if you ever got a lot of old windmills laying around, you can make a shit ton of these and sell them. Talking to my buddy who works for another buddy of mine that has a welding company, and I said, you know what? People probably pay way too much for a shooting gun. Probably pay about $100 for a manufactured one of these. Said we could probably make one of these for about 15 bucks. You know, he said they had a bunch of these used discs, and we got a shit ton of windmills that we could probably use. Like I said, we got there 1, 2, and then my buddy, he's got a windmill way the fuck out there. Then there's a old windmill and a pasture out here that I could probably talk the guy that has the pasture into letting us chop down the windmill. And we'd have enough for about probably 500 shooting gongs, and we'd probably sell them for about 40, 50 bucks. So, you know, it's better than paying $100 for a fucking shooting gong, which is ridiculous. This one's good enough. You know, my 40, I don't know why, but you can see there I was shooting off to the right away, and then shot off to the left. That was probably just me. Either that or I gotta go sight it in or something. But it didn't turn too much. It went to about there when I shot it off the side, and then the chain just kind of pulled it back. And the shotgun really didn't move it at all, so. But since I don't have any ammo right now for about anything except for my Mosin, but I got my rear sight off my Mosin because I want to do some modifications on it. So, yeah, after I get my modifications done with my Mosin, I'll probably show you my Mosin again. But, like I said, I'll probably have to wait until I get back in about 3 weeks. And then whatever, I might make a few videos before I leave this week. We'll see. See if I got time. I've been bailing and raking and shit, so. But, yeah, to demonstrate how strong this fucker is, I'm gonna attempt to kick it and not look stupid as fuck. But, you know, just to kind of represent getting shot with a rifle. But as you can see, the back legs don't even come up. The gong swings. It went pretty far back there. So it's pretty sturdy. I thought it was gonna be a lot flimsy, a lot more flimsy, but when I pick it up though, you know, this shit kind of wiggles a bit, so I was thinking about welding a piece across the bottom to each leg, maybe on the front there too. But it's sturdy. I loaded it up on my 4-wheeler the other day, and I loaded it up on my buddy's truck the other day, and it hasn't fucking broke apart yet, so. But yeah, I figured I was just gonna do a video on my shooting gong. Made a video on my little rimfire targets. So, yeah, that was a cool little project. One of these days I'll get out and I'll make a video of me shooting both these targets, but like I said, I gotta get ammo right now. Me and my buddy Zach, my buddy Zach and Justin were out shooting gophers a couple days and spent all wasted all our, not wasted, but used up all our 22 and 17 HMR ammo. And one day we ended up taking my little single shot 20 gauge out and finishing the rest of the gophers off on the way out, which worked pretty good though. Yeah, I have about half a box of 20 gauge shells, but I want to get some 22 ammo and get my scope on for my Mosin so you guys can watch me shoot the disc with the fucking Mosin. So yeah, but that's gonna be the end of this video. This crazy redneck signing off. Peace out, you two.